Green light. And green light. So, all right. Let me refer you back to some problems that you used to do before. Deja? So 2x and 3x. Can I combine those?
Yeah.
David, can I combine those?
Yes.
Why?
Because they have the same degree of they have the same degree.
They're like terms, correct? So that would give me 5x.
Depends on what sign you're using.
If I'm combining them, I'm adding them.
But you
I didn't say multiply, I said combine. Combine is to put them together. So I can combine them, right? So 2x's and 3x's gives me 5x's. So what if I have 2x and 3x squared? Can I add these?
No.
Can I subtract these?
No.
No, it can't do that, right? So as we go into these problems, I want you to treat radicals like you would a variable. That make sense? So I have these two. Look at the radicals. They're the same, right? That means that I can operate, or I can subtract, in this case, the coefficients, the numbers up front. If I have 3 of these 5 radical x's, and I want to take 2 of them away, how many would I have left? I would have 1 left. So I would have 1 radical 5x. Now, do I have to put the 1 there? Do I have to put the 1 there?
No.
No. Okay? So they work the same. Questions there? Roman, we're good?
Yeah. I just drove off.
I'm always late to the party. I just saw like all kinds of people laughing this way. I'm like, what? What was funny? I can change it? All right, so take a look at these. Can I combine these? What? Why not?
Wait. No, you can't.
The 7 and the 5.
Everything's different.
The radicals are all different. So if you get this problem, guess what?
You don't have to.
You're done. There's nothing to do. You leave it alone.
So we just.
That's serious. No, you just leave it. You can't do anything with it. It's like this is the equivalent of saying I've got 2x and 2x squared and I want to add them. I can't because these things don't match. They don't match, so you can't do much with it. Now, what you could do is to factor out the common factors. So these both have a 2x in common, right? The front part. And then this would leave me with, what is this? 3x radical 7, and then a 2 radical 5. Justice? So this is all I could do here, is to factor out the common stuff. But as far as combining them, Elijah,
Yes.
I can't. I was looking at this one.
Look at this one.
He's pretty quiet.
Tired.
Him and I both. I can't get enough of his coffee.
Is this the time that we try? Is this the Filipino time?
No! I told the wife not to. I remembered why. I have it every once in a year. Like, I'll drink it at home, but not to work. I don't want to have an accident. Like Drano.
It's alright.
Justice, will you put that cell phone away, please?
Oh yeah. Contract. Yes, her contractor.
Elijah, Luis. I can change it then, right?
Wait.
Grr. Oh, not you. I was looking at an email, Daddy. Nothing. Carry on. Finish up. You're good with this?
Alright, I'm done.
All right, cool beans. Hey, can we simplify this?
You don't.
Yeah. No.
Yes. No.
Wait, I'm
You caught it? What's different? Yeah, these are not the same. Not the same. So even though we can't combine them, we could still factor out a common factor. In this case, I think it's what, 4? And you would have 3, the third root of 7xy, minus 2, the fifth root of 7xy.
Is this 6.2?
3.
Alright.
3 and 4. We're gonna do 3 and 4 today.
But you don't have long, like, if they're not asking you to factor it, you don't have to factor.
Well, if they say simplify, but yeah, you're right. If they don't say factor, don't. If they say like subtract, then you can't. But if they say fact or they say simplify, then you want to factor it. Good question, by the way.
Wait.
Because you really gotta look at those instructions. Most of the time, people don't get the point because they didn't read the instructions. They didn't answer the question. What's that?
Where's the 7 go on the second one?
What did I mess up? See now, see, it'll do it automatically.
Don't change it.
I just still want to see.
Look, I just changed it.
What about over there?
It's a hard one.
It's cute.
How you doing?
Not so
Kalina?
good. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So then,
I literally freaking 10 this morning.
You done?
Right.
Yes.
My dad said my shit is better.
Tsunami! Justice! Alright, can we combine these? Is there anything we can do with that?
no.
No, not really.
So it's the same.
Yeah, so that'll stay. Alright, let's take a look at using radical expressions. Okay, so can we do this?
Yeah.
You really do want to be careful with this because these are not simplified. So put your pencils down, look up here. Kaylina. Thank you. Put the pencils down, take a look up here. I want to make sure I simplify these first. This 12 becomes 2, 6, 2, 3. Therefore, that is really 2 radical 3. You see it? Okay. And then the 75, I'm going to break it down as well. Let's do 5. Let's do 3 first. 3 25s. And that's going to be 5, 5. Therefore, it is 5 radical 3. And then I've got minus radical 3. So what's 2 plus 5? What's 2 plus 5? 7. 7 take away 1. 6. So this is 6 radical 3. Questions here? Dang it.
Not just yet.
I'm not even trying to laugh. It's justice. I'm not even doing that.
Gosh darn it, Justice. Why gotta be you? Questions here?
Wait. Just don't change it.
I'm not gonna change. I just want to see if people are okay with it.
Actually, no. Wait.
Which part? Alicia?
This one's probably the easiest. Wait. Never mind. Okay, never mind. This one I can have. This one I can have to do because I can do
Sure.
I can do one. I can do
Don't jinx us. I swear it gets
Well, we
harder.
just started, right?
It gets
Like, give
harder.
it another couple of sections.
Wait, this is just 3, right?
I did too. I used it for.
Yeah, we'll do the other part
It
right
was
now.
the.
Too.
It was the one where it was the 3.
Well, normally by now I'm
Yeah,
David, put that away.
square with the fraction inside of it. It was like to cube a fraction, and I was like, I don't know how to cube a fraction.
I don't really want to cry by section. So I'm gonna go right now.
Oh my god.
Don't say anything. Because next
Can
thing
you
know,
cube?
it's
Can
harder.
you cube a fraction with the calculator, or do you have to do that like? How do you do that? Because there was a
Very carefully.
because there was a question on.
You're good? Okay. You try. Go.
Why did you do that?
What? Serious? Why? Because there's 3s there?
Yes, it throws me off.
I'll do the first one for you. 250 half of that. 125. I can do 3. Can I do 3? No. Can't do 3, but I can do 5. 5 goes in there. Is it 25? 25, and then I got 5, 5. Because there are 3 5s, this is 5, third root of 2.
I can do this one.
Better be.
It's stressing me out.
How about you show me how smart you are taking notes and then solve this off? That's smart. Let's go, Petty, go. No, 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 no. Who's got this? This is not okay. Sorry if I'm unplugging somebody.
Why is that not okay?
That's called daisy chain.
Who's that right there?
It's just,
You can leave it up here, plugged in. I can't have these out anymore, guys. I thought I said it. The fire marshal said it's not okay. Here, give it. I'll plug it
The
in.
fire marshal.
We're fine, boss.
I'll tell the farm off shut up.
You can tell him that, he still ain't gonna give you no charging
What do you mean
cords.
it's not okay?
then why they
Yeah.
have them here?
Because we broke the law.
You know why it's not? It's not okay when you connect them
So
together.
we supposed to charge our stuff.
No one has shipped on it yet.
What?
That's what nobody.
No, it's not. It's an electrical
Like-
fire hazard.
Yeah, is it a tripping hazard? or-
Well, yeah, for starters, you can't plug in, you're not supposed to plug in plugs into plugs. That's a electrical hazard. But also that other stuff is they're tripping hazards.
Oh, so like if there was a fire, like we could trip over him?
Yeah.
Right. I trip over him all the time, Miss Fitzgibbon. She doesn't do jack crap.
Well, you know what? I don't want to be the one that gets in trouble because of that. I'd be like, dumbest reason. Why'd you get fired? Because I had extension cables on and
No,
kid trip
Miss
and
Fitzgibbon's is
they
literally
kissed
the
the floor.
smallest room ever, and she has like a whole bunch of electrical cords running through the middle of her table.
Yeah,
I trip on them
okay.
every single day.
That's why when my woodworking people need to create something for me here.
Just put outlets in the floor.
Hey, if the shoe fits, dude.
Just put outlets in the floor. It's not that hard to put
Yeah,
outlets in the
they have tables that have that cable embedded so it's not in the way. And then they sit up top and then just plug into the table.
Oh, I thought you were like.
At college, that's how they have them. Those are nice, but they're expensive.
I'm like a
They
master
put outlets in the
electrician.
It's like $1,000 per table.
I'm like a master carpenter.
Mr. Wiggins, they put outlets in the ceiling. Why don't they put it on the floor?
They put what?
Outlets in the ceiling.
Because you don't walk on the ceiling, my dear.
Okay, but why could you? I know, but I'm saying, why could you put it on the floor?
Those aren't outlets.
Wait,
That's
why
an
is that
outlet
funny?
right there.
Because you don't walk on the ceiling. You're
Well,
not
I
even trip
know,
on
but
it.
I'm saying like, why can't you put like an outlet on the floor and I plug my computer into the floor?
Yeah, they have those in the library.
Oh, they don't have those here.
No, they don't.
I'm saying they should. That's
I have
what
one
I'm
in my
saying.
house.
Can you imagine breaking apart the concrete to do that?
Yes. I'll do it.
It's just bad design.
I'll do it. $13 an hour.
13.
I'll probably try to like.
Nah, what I've kind of envisioned like is to make some fake ones, like out of like those tables out of 3-ply for the tops, and then just put them in there. But for now, you guys have to. If you want to charge something, you have to go over there. You can leave it. You can cell phone or laptop. Go over there and charge it, and that's it. It's not like you need it right now anyway. We're done? Definitely, definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not.
Wait.
I can't read.
No,
No, isn't it like 8 something?
What is this?
Hey, why would you do that? Is there? No?
Dude, but I can put the dog. I drink like the water also.
Wait.
This is the burning room?
What?
Wait, Mr. Yeah, bring that conversation.
Yeah. Wait. We had a conversation about that earlier.
Well, I heard it right now. Okay. All right. Let me erase this real quick. Thank you. So, this third root of 250, once you break it down, it ends up being 2 times 5 times 5 times 5. I meant to do that. This other one ends up being the third root of 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? And then finally we've got minus the third root of 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're doing essentially here is that every 3 of them, for every 3, 1 gets to come out. So, so this is going to be 5, third root of what's left, which is 2. Over here we have a set of 3s, or I should say 3 3s. So a 3 gets to come out. What's left inside? The 2 minus the third root. Oops, I skipped that, didn't I? I have a set of 2s. So I'm going to bring out 2, and then I have 1 left over 2. Looks like they're all third roots of 2. So what's 5 plus 3? 8. 8 take away 2? 6. So this ends up being 6. Third root of 2.
Oh my gosh, I was right.
Good job, yo.
I was not even.
I kind of struggled with the
I didn't get the last
the
step.
54. I was like, I was struggling with my
Whoa. Whoa. I just hear things that are not appropriate tonight. Asia. Okay. I want to talk about this right here as well. Rational exponents. An exponent is one of those numbers that go up here, right?
Yeah.
So exponent. Now we're looking for rational exponents. Rational just means it's going to be a fraction. So I could have something like 3 to the 1/3. Okay? So we're going to be working with some of those. No, it's not even that big deal.
No, I don't like fractions.
Oh, these you're not going to mind too much. Okay? You guys ready? Here's what I want you to know about rational exponents. When we're working with a rational exponent, let me put what, the exponents?
Yeah.
What is this called? The numerator? I'll have to pick a different letter down here. Gosh darn it. Well, you know, everything works better once you drop it once. Let's call this the base number. That's why they drop babies? Okay. So 2 words you need to know. Power and root. And usually the roots are under, right? Like even with the tree. So the root's going to be down here. And this is going to be the power up on top. So whenever you see a rational exponent, I want you to think power over the root. It's the power over the root. Now what does that mean? Let's take a look. Here I have 216 to the 1/3. If I wanted to solve that, this is 216 to what power? To the 1 power. And what root am I taking? The third root of that. Now 216 to the first power is just 216, right? So I'm going to use my calculator to figure out what the third root of 216 is. Now don't run up here for a calculator, because you should have had it at the beginning. Let me show you how you put this into your calculator. What that? Someone turned the lights out for that picture. All right, let's carry on. So I want to do the third root of 216. Thank you. So clear. I'm going to go over to math. And then you should see this one right here. See with the little X? That's going to let you plug in. It's option 5. It's going to let you plug in whatever root you want. And I want the third root of 216. 216. Oh, I meant to do that. 3 forward. I didn't mean to do that at all. 216.
Why didn't you do the other side?
6. The other way? Yeah, I could do it the other way too. So I could take this is for all you people that love the math here. 216, that'd be 108. Divide by 2, that would be 54. Divide by 2, that would be 27. Divide by 3, that would be 9. Divide by 3, that would be 3. Which means I've got the third root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. For every set of 3, I get to bring one out, right? So I'm bringing out a 2, and I'm bringing out a 3. What's 2 times 3? 6. What is it? 6. So the third root of 216 is simply 6. And I just confirmed it with my calculator too. Justice? Come on.
What if there's not a 1?
Well, this one's really obvious because you're like, I'm looking at the back of your head instead of your eyes. So, questions on this problem?
What happens if that number on the inside isn't a 1? Like if it's like a 5?
Then you would take that number to the fifth, and then you take that third root. So, something like, no, let's go back. Who's writing?
Me.
Sorry. Everybody slow down. Y'all writing too fast. Your paper's going to turn on fire. Like friction by fire.
What? What?
I'm dreading going to
Are you taking antibiotics?
Kind of so.
He's like, no, I'm self-medicating with moldy bread.
Self-medicating with
With moldy bread.
I'm gonna beat this.
Stop.
Something you would do. I don't want to tell my mom, so I'm just gonna eat moldy bread.
Moldy bread and cheese and old cheese.
Everything's controversial. Yeah, bro. I gotta get that. Hey, bro.
Questions on this problem? Give me thumbs up if you're good, thumbs down if you still got questions somewhere. Thank you! Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down, you got questions. So thumbs up, you're good.
I actually gotta drink.
Oh my god.
Too late, bro. I gotta dip.
Okay, here you go. Now, before you get all crazy with this one, when you have, if you had something like x to the third times x to the second, what did that become? That would just be x to the fifth, right? So when you have powers with the same base, all you have to do is add the exponents. So in this case, I have two powers with the same base. What do I need to do? Add the power. So what's half plus a half? 1. So this is just equal to 7. So don't let that.
You don't multiply the base.
No, not when you have the same exponents like that, or same bases. I mean.
One moment,
Oh, that's trippy. Were you thinking what I was thinking?
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, I'm going to check if this works. I was thinking, you know what? What if you accidentally did multiply the bases and you left those alone?
And then you divide it.
But then that would be power over root, right?
Yeah.
Which means you'd be taking the square root of 49,
Which is 7.
which is still just 7.
Yes. That was going on in my head.
I'm going to have to check that. Let's do, I'm going to try something. So, 3, 9. Oh, you can't because they're not. Oh, but they are the same base. So if you had something like this, then you would go 3 to the 1/3, right?
Yes.
And then this is 3 to the 2nd to the 1/3, right? So you have 3 to the 1/3, 3 to the 2/3. Whoa! And that would just be 3.
I'm a genius.
But it's not the same thing that we did a minute ago. Alright, cool. Still not the same thing that we did a minute ago, though. Oh, hold on. Well, let's try to do that, though. Oh, you couldn't because then what would you do for the top? No, so don't do what I did. JK's my face all the way. Okay, so same idea as before. Oh, look at that. That's what I did a second ago playing around. We can't really do anything with these because they don't have the same base. So we need to change it so that is. Is there some way that I can get 125 to have a base of 5? Not divide, but I can take a root, right? So if I did 5 to what power? To the third power? Isn't that 125? So then I can just take that to the quarter. This is 5 to the quarter. So I've got 5 to the 1/4 times 5 to the 3/4. And that just ends up being whoa! If you're struggling with this, you need to come get some help because this is algebra 1 stuff. This is a power to a power, which means that you just multiply them. So what's 3 times 1/4?
No, not that hard.
Some people is going O. Okay, now at this point, if I have a quarter and have 3/4, how many quarters is that total? 4 quarters, right? So 4 over 4 makes 1. This would be 5 to the 4 over 4, which is just a 5. Was that the part?
No, I'm just confused. I thought we were trying to make the bases the same.
We did. We did.
How? If we're taking the 5, aren't we trying to make the? Why would we take a 5 and turn it into another 5?
What's the base here?
5.
5. What's the base here now?
5.
What was it before? Not 5.
Oh, you took the cube of 125.
Yeah.
Oh.
So 5 to the third is 125, right?
Okay.
So I just changed it so that it has a base, and now I can use, excuse me. Now I could just use my power of power rule for that.
You would do that, so I take credit.
Don't remember this? No.
You better. Now I'm gonna put it on the final.
No, please don't.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, you have no say in the final.
That's very true. But I'm gonna go there right now and take a look at it.
You said you couldn't see it.
Well, I can see it.
Oh. I thought you said you have it.
I haven't seen it. That's why I said I'm gonna look at it right now.
This is your
He
first.
can see. He just doesn't.
Can you tell us what's on it?
Oh, sure.
Like all the.
Yeah.
Just make us a little.
How about the answers?
Just print out
And
the.
go through with that.
But you know what?
You might as well.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
They're all math questions.
Wow.
Wow.
I wouldn't
didn't
have
know
ever
that.
expect that.
Don't tell nobody.
I'm gonna report you.
Can you at least tell us what like chapters it's from, or is it from all of them?
They're from chapters 1 through 6.
Wow.
Oh my
That's very
God.
helpful.
Wait, what?
Dude, you're asking obvious questions.
I know, but like.
Is there a study guide?
Hey, Justin.
Can you at least like, go through them with us? Like not those exact questions. Why not? No, it's not. I'm just changing that part.
Don't say his name. Don't really No, I'm just gonna trade you. Don't acknowledge him. He just wants your attention.
What?
Can I use the restroom?
Didn't you just go?
No, I did.
Lane was the one holding his head like this.
I got called on foot. We're both drinking horrendous amounts of liquid.
Okay. Try this yourself, please. Try this yourself, please.
Here you go.
No.
Oh my God. This is Munoz. Mucho bueno.
We use the calculator.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, give me a second. I'm still processing. Hold on. Alright, hold on.
Yeah.
Why is that there?
On it.
So y'all know what's 45 questions?
Look, my sister did like 3 years.
What?
So now you did it.
45. Yeah, can you just email me the test? That'd be great.
Nobody go to my bathroom.
Okay, my English teacher is playing with my arsenal right now. She's fluctuating my Christmas break. I gotta be on a test that I totally thought I was gonna fail.
I'm so sad. I just want to see it.
It's literally the test was 200 points. The test was 200 points, and I was like, and I gotta exercise this, I gotta.
Okay, he's ready. Go ahead.
Oh, I have
I just got to see it on my last history test. I have no idea how. I have all the notes right in front of me.
what unit are you in? So yeah, are you
We,
Oh, okay.
it was the Civil War, so we post-Civil War now.
Yeah, we just finished.
Alright, Sergio, you emailed it to you.
We just finished our unit in like 5 tests.
Sergio, April opinion?
And so she put it in today.
That's
The
emailed.
warm-up.
Yeah, I have no idea what you did.
Yeah, it should be good before because it's like it goes all
got
in.
it.
You got it?
So I figured it goes free because like actually like from like
You're welcome.
100 to like
Cell phones. 64 to the 1/2. What is it? 8. Simply done.
Calculator.
We need more.
Yeah, give me another one.
Here we go.
See that far.
Can you write this for me in radical form, please? Write it so that it has a radical in it. And remember, what's the top? The power. The root's always on the bottom. Francisco, try this one as a radical, please. Dude, I couldn't see that for a second. Work. No, there's nothing to do. Just write it in radical form, please.
No. That's where it is.
Coming at ya. No, I'll burn.
You need to remember
Alright, you touch the Bible, we'll start to burn. You want to know who's doing it?
what?
yeah, Sergio, we can tell. We can just like
Because I have no reason to know up to
yeah, no, thank you.
it knows I'm thrashing bitches every day. Thrashing.
Oh, yes. I didn't see your little. Good job.
Yeah, well,
Deja, what'd you get? What goes here? What goes here? What'd she say? No, she said 7.
oh my gosh.
What goes here? To the.
Power.
Now, just a heads up, you can write it like this, or you can kick that. You can kick that 3 to the outside if you wanted to. Okay, so both of those are equivalents.
Wait, so the 7 goes in the.
Oh, I guess
That's
that
having
makes
too much
sense.
fun.
That's like the power. It's the power of the X.
Okay? We're good? Francisco. ¿Cómo te sientes, viejón? ¿Estás bien? Cansado. You need to get that Zippy Fizz. You ever go to Walmart or, to Costco or to Sam's Club? There's always that lady selling you that Zippy Fizz. It's supposed to be like energy drink.
Oh my gosh, my dad.
That's like the grossest thing ever.
I said my dad fell for that. We were at Costco and he had one of those and he bought a whole damn case of it. And so now we have a whole case.
Do this one, please. Yeah, it's like, oh, this is dirt flavored water. But this is dirt from the Himalayas. So it's good for you.
When you said never had a tetanus shot,
Mm-hmm.
where's it at?
Where's it at?
Yeah, location, like on your body.
I don't remember. I think it was on my shoulder.
Well, no, not the vaccine, but like the actual tetanus shot.
Oh, no. No.
So I might have to get one.
Oh, because of the drill? I heard it leaves a scar.
I heard it's in your butt.
What? No.
I swear. It's not in
Okay, someone's scaring you.
But on my cheek. Like, why? That's what Wagner said.
No, I think he's scaring you.
Also, Miss Hart.
Like all the tetanus shots I've gotten have been on my on my arm.
Because I got
Like it leaves you numb, but
something down there that I.
oh, he's just messing with you. You believe him.
I don't
I
think
was
so.
freaking
There are
fried.
some photos of the
No, it's just that.
There's something down there.
Peanut butter doctor know about.
There is something down there.
Only we got it after December 10th. Damn, that's a shit. Your mom's like,
For every
the doctor's like, alright,
I don't even
get ready
understand
for
where
the
these shots from.
whole body. Like every go ahead and get a shot.
I had no idea.
Just go ahead, do it.
Oh,
It
wait.
hurts. My friend went to the doctor and she was like,
They also don't do that.
yeah, she was like, okay, you ready? I was like, yeah. And I was like, have my arm ready. And I was like, no, you can't. So I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, yeah, get out. How do you do that?
No, he lied to you. It's just the one that goes on your shoulder. And if you got a rusty nail stuck in you, and it's been more than 5 years, you'll get a tetanus shot booster.
Do you guys know what no means?
But it still goes on your shoulder.
What are you gonna learn?
But I do remember like leaving my arm real
I think
sore.
always do that.
I got my tetanus shot.
Yeah.
Every time I get a shot, it's safer.
Pretty sure I'm about to get my
I just didn't try to show the doctor my butt.
Obviously, he's not afraid of a needle. He put a whole freaking drill bit
I
through his
think I
arm.
did have to get a booster once because one time I stepped on a nail.
Munoz, what'd you get?
Peanut butter shots.
Justice, what'd you get?
I don't even know.
Tsunami. Okay. So first thing, let's go ahead and make this into a what's it called? An improper fraction? Because that's just 3.5, right? 3.5 is 7/2, right? Yes or no? Okay. How do we make this positive? You gotta flip the fraction. It's kind of like when you have this. To make that positive, you'd have 1 or 5 to the third. So we have to do the same thing here. Okay? So that means we're gonna end up with 1 over y to the 7/2. And if we want to do it in radical form, it's a lot more work than we thought, huh? So if we're going to do this, this is going to end up being 1 over the square root of y to the 7.
What about the two?
It's a square root. Power of root.
Yeah,
What's up? Steven and Justin? Yeah, you guys are leaving way too early for class. I snitched on you.
Well, now you did.
Just a little bit. I know, I saw you guys on camera.
It's because of the elevator.
What they do?
We jumped.
They'd be right in the elevator. But there's nothing wrong with that. Nah, we're just messing around. I don't know what it is.
Wait, don't do anything.
Don't breathe.
No.
Oh God.
Sorry. As far as I can go. I'm not. Commentate, bro. Commentate.
Fine.
We need to go look at your property.
What time's the bell ring?
Mine.
10 more minutes?
9 minutes.
We have 9 minutes.
So now I need to do
I might take my hair down. We need a dance break.
For the last 9 minutes of class.
Wait.
What? Okay.
What's the
Alright, guys, I give you guys a break. 1 minute.
Just whip it back.
You can check your phones, what you gotta do. Not y'all, because y'all been talking the whole time anyway.
No, who's trying to tell her to take out her hair?
Gosh darn it, Justice.
Yeah, it looks better.
Still get it put back up.
No, it's not.
What?
Leave it out.
What happened?
Same time.
So that it doesn't lose the point for me.
Why are you looking like that?
Yeah, what I miss?
We're telling her to keep her hair down. Like,
It looks nice.
exactly.
Even Gloria said that. She was in the second vote.
You guys have to lie to me though. You have to like switch.
No, your hair looks nice like that. It doesn't your hair look like
Oh, I
that?
don't like it. That's why I always put it in.
You think that's
I wouldn't lie to you.
You think that's a cool label?
For a promise.
I designed it. It's for my company.
Oh, yeah.
For a company?
Yes.
What's your company? I got worms. You remember that from Dumb and Dumber? I got worms. What?
You got worms?
From your company?
You won't understand.
Is that like the logo?
Yeah.
Oh my god, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. It's up there.
You see what it said underneath it?
No.
No, it's not bad. See what
Okay.
Read the small print.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
I respect that.
you have to report that.
Better not go to jail. Can't go down.
I'll be right there, hold on.
I'm happy you do it affordable.
Then they get double.
The 1 over square root
You
of
guys have to
7.
stop clown.
That's positive. It's positive.
That's why you did it.
Yeah, so here, let me. From here to here, from here to there. Okay. All right, guys.